Hi everyone, this is Kerry Ho from the Songbird and today I'm really excited to do a video singing lesson on a song that I am just so enjoying singing at the moment. And that song is Nothing's Real But Love by Rebecca Ferguson. Now, I love her style. You know, she's got a really sort of black gospel-y kind of feel to her singing. She sounds a bit like Aretha Franklin. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate 4 special elements that I have found in this song which make it as great as it is. So I'm going to start with the verses and I'm just going to sing it first of all, and then I'll break it down and tell you about the elements of which I'm demonstrating. Standing in a line, wonder why you don't move, trying to get ahead, watching people break the rules. Maybe the man in charge doesn't like my face, but then this world's not always good. There are 2 distinct elements of that verse which make it stylistically so beautiful, okay? So, and number 1 is that there isn't a smoothness to this song. It's actually kind of lacks a bit of flow, and so that's number 1. And then number 2, there's an emphasis on specific notes or specific words, okay? So it's not like this smooth thing that just flows, all right? So for example, if it was to be sung really, really smoothly, then it would sound something like this. Standing in a line, wonder why it don't move, trying to get ahead, watching people break the rules. But it's not like that, right? She's like, watching people break the rules. So that's where I talked about the emphasis on certain notes or certain parts of words, right? Watching people break the rules. Maybe the man in charge doesn't like my face, right? So she doesn't go, maybe the man in charge doesn't like my face, right? She doesn't do that, right? She's like, maybe the man, so there's this definite leaning in and an emphasis on maybe the man in charge doesn't like my face. They're the 2 main elements that I wanted to point out in the verse. Okay, so in terms of how you would practice that, you need to go through and listen to the way she does it, and what I would actually recommend is that you actually print out a lyric sheet and maybe highlight in a certain color the bits where she emphasizes. Okay, so that will help you to remember that at those words or those points you can lean in a little bit into the notes, and then where you haven't highlighted, it's sort of a bit more let go of it a little bit more, and that will give you that effect, that gospel-y effect that she does so well. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is actually demonstrate 2 special elements that I've found in the chorus bit, okay? And the first element of that is this tendency to bend notes, so to bend them downwards as well as upwards, okay? So what I'm going to do is, as I sing it later, I'm actually going to use my hands and show you where I bend down and where I bend up, okay? So then you can be taking note of that as well. And then the second element is that she belts. Okay, so belting is actually the really powerful sound that we make using our chest voice and a really good support. Belting is not screaming. If you've ever heard that anywhere, that is incorrect, okay? We do not want to scream when we are singing. So what actually results with a good breath support is that you get a sound that is very powerful. It's a little bit in your face because it's loud, and it's very, very chesty. And that's what belting is. Let me just show you. Doesn't like my face, but then this world's not always good, and nothing's real but love. Nothing's real but love. And here's where the belt. No money, no house, no car can beat love. Alright, so hopefully you saw with my hands where I actually came down, the downward bend, and then where I actually did the upward bend. So it's mainly on certain words. Again and again, in that lyric sheet that I suggested you print out and highlight, I suggest you now use another color of highlighter or some sort of different symbol or something, and actually mark where the upward and downward bends are. Okay, because that'll just help you to be mindful of it, all right? Otherwise, it'll just sound really plain, right? Let me show you what it would sound like without the upward and downward bends. But then this world's not always good, and nothing's real but love. Nothing's real but love. Okay, so when she uses the bends, and it just adds so much flavour, right? But then this world's not always good, and nothing's real but love. Yeah? And then when she goes into that, no money, no... Sorry, what are the words again? No money, no house, no car. So that's belted out, right? If we didn't belt it, it'd just be no money, no house, no car. Yeah? And there's significant difference in the feeling that it evokes, right? When you belt it. So the way to actually belt effectively is to make sure you don't strain. So you must support with a good breath, okay? So just watch a previous video of mine where I talked about effective deep breathing. And when you master that, that means that you will be much more prepared to belt without straining. Okay, so assuming that you're supporting with a really good breath and you're opening the throat, then it's time to really just throw your voice out there and kind of just let it really be powerful and project, okay? So that's the characteristic of a belt, right? It is loud and it is powerful, okay? But supported, all right? So if we support, we breathe in. No money, no house, no car is like love. And then we slide off there, okay? I'm going to summarize one more time. There were two main elements that I pointed out in each of those sections. So in the verses, the first element is that it isn't sung with a smoothness. There's actually an intentional lack of flow, but that is complemented with the second element, which is emphases on certain words. Okay, and that just gives it that gospel-y flavor. The other two elements were in the chorus, and that was the upward and the downward bends on notes, and also the belt. Okay, so there you go. There are the four little elements that you can employ in this song to really bring out that gospel-y flavour that Rebecca Ferguson has. Now, again, my suggestion was to print out a lyric sheet and just maybe use different colour highlighters or just with a pen, different sort of symbols or something to remind you where those different elements come in, and then you can practice it yourself. So have fun with that. And look, if you have any questions or comments, feedback for me below, please just write down in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And also, if you'd love to be the first to actually know whenever I upload new singing videos, then please subscribe up above to my YouTube channel. Now, if you'd like to see more of what I do, please visit my website at thesongbird.com. Have fun with the song, and I shall see you next time. Bye.